pupils, you're welcome once again to British Ivy School's e-learning platform. Today, I'm going to take you through on science. Previously we treated flowering plants. We're going to continue with the topic flowering plants, but a subtopic that says pollination. Okay, what did I say? Pollination. Very good. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a flower. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a flower. Alright, now what do I really mean by this pollination? For a tree to bear fruit, pollination must take place. Okay? The fusing of the anther and the meeting of the anther and the stigma. There must be a pollen transfer from the anther to the stigma. Now, pollination is carried out by insects and birds. Okay? Insects and birds are the agents of pollination. They are the ones that when they fly on it, when they perch on a flower, they transfer pollen grain from the anther of the flower to the stigma. They do not do it intentionally. Okay? Probably in the process of sucking the nectar of a flower, they transfer pollen grain from the anther of the flower to the stigma. Now, there are two types of pollination. We have cross-pollination and we have self-pollination. Alright, what is this self-pollination? Self-pollination is a transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of the same flower, from the word self. Okay, you'll be able to understand what self-pollination is all about. The same definition with pollination, but it is the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma of the same flower. Now, cross-pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of another flower. It is a transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of another flower. Okay? Now, that insect or bird will transfer pollen grain from anther to the stigma of another flower. It could be on that same tree, or it could even be on another tree. Okay, so just understand that self-pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma of the same flower, from the word self, on the same flower, while cross-pollination is on another flower. Alright, having understood what pollination is, now pollination must take place before seeds and fruits are formed. Okay, remember that it is through the flower. Now, let's look at this subtopic, seed formation. Seed formation. Seeds are produced from flowers. Okay? Seeds are produced from flowers. The ovules. Remember that ovules are found in the ovary of a flower. The ovules become seed and the flower become fruit. The ovules become seed, while the entire flower form the body, the fruit. Okay? Now, fruits are formed after the flower is fertilized with pollen. You see that now? Remember I told you initially that pollination must take place before you can get a fruit on a flower. Now, that sentence is being repeated here. Fruits are formed after the flower is fertilized with pollen. What do I mean by after the flower is fertilized with pollen? That means after pollination must have taken place. We will now do what? Get our fruits. Our fruit will now be formed on the flower. Okay, remember that ovules become seed and flower become fruit. Now, we're going to look at seed dispersal. What is seed dispersal? How seeds are dispersed, how seeds are scattered, how probably seeds can grow in many ways, even without human beings going to plant these seeds. There are three main ways through which seeds can be dispersed. We have by air, by water, and by man or animals. By air, for example, when rain is about to fall, if wind blows on trees, it could take a particular fruit to a different location. Then if that seed or that fruit finds that ground fertile, it will decay there and probably grow there, even without someone cultivating it. Is that clear? Or you might keep some fruits on the table where air is blowing. That air can scatter the seeds in different directions. Then if that seed finds the ground fertile, it will start germinating there. Very good. The same thing by water. Sometimes when rain falls, it takes some fruits, some seeds to a different location. Okay? Then if that seed finds that location suitable, it starts germinating there. Then by man or animals, we all take fruits. Sometimes we lick our mango and we throw away the seeds, our oranges and all that. So when we lick these fruits and throw them away, some of these seeds germinate, depending on where you throw them. Depending if the ground is fertile. If that ground is fertile, that seed will start germinating there. Okay, remember that seed can be dispersed in three ways: by air, by water, by man or animals. Alright, I believe you understood this lesson very well. We started with pollination. Pollination must take place before seed formation and before seed dispersal. Alright, thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, just send it to the school management. Bye.